Hey there! Today I'm showing you an awesome Blender add-on, Panim Lipsync. It brings your characters to life with lip sync using shape keys, making the process fun, easy, and fast. It's perfect for animated films, game cinematics, or any project where your characters need to talk. The add-on comes with 2 main modes, and each one has 2 sub-modes, so you can pick the workflow that suits you best. It's simple to use, and surprisingly powerful. Let's start with the installation. In Blender, go to Edit Preferences. You'll see 2 ways to install add-ons, from the Add-ons tab or from Get Extensions. In this case, I'll use Get Extensions. Just click on Install from Disk, then select the add-on file from your computer, and that's it. Once the add-on is installed, head over to the Panim Lipsync tab on the right side of the 3D viewport. At the top, you'll see a row of icon buttons. Here's what each one does. Open Console. Opens Blender's system console so you can track the progress of tasks and view debug information. Check Dependencies. Checks if all the required Python libraries are installed. Install Dependencies. Installs everything the add-on needs to work properly. Sometimes during installation it might look like Blender is frozen or unresponsive. This is a common issue with how Python runs in the background on Windows. If that happens, go to the console that was previously open and press Enter. This usually gets it going again. If pressing Enter doesn't do anything but the cursor is still blinking, it means the process is still running, so just give it a little more time. The whole installation may take around 4 minutes depending on your hardware. Open Packages directory opens the folder where those dependencies are stored. Uninstall dependencies allows you to remove any previously installed requirements. Language Selector sets the language of the audio you'll be analyzing to improve speech recognition accuracy. Single or batch mode. Single mode is used for working with one character, while batch mode lets you animate multiple characters at once. Shape, Keys, or Bones mode. Choose Shape Keys if your character uses shape key-based facial animation, or select Bones if you're using rig actions to drive the mouth movement. Once the dependencies are installed, I'll start with Single mode, using shape keys and selecting a mesh object. This mesh already includes the default shape keys required for the add-on to work, but don't worry. If your shape keys have different names, I'll show you how to use them just as easily in a moment. Let's go to the Audio Clips panel and add 2 audio tracks. These can be internal, from within your Blender project, or external, from a specific folder on your system. As you can see, in the Object and Shape Keys panel, I already have the necessary shape keys available. Now, under the Processing Options panel, if you're using the full version, you'll see 4 different model sizes for voice recognition. As you go down the list, the models use more disk space, give more accurate results, and take a bit longer to process. There are also a few useful options. Blend Factor, which controls the smoothing between keyframes. Offset frames, in case you want to shift the animation timing slightly. Skip Missing Mapping Warning, which can be useful in specific situations. And Start at Current Frame, helpful when you're working with just one audio clip and want to place it manually without using markers. Now, let's assign Marker 1 and Marker 2 to each audio clip. These markers should already exist in the timeline. We're just linking them here to their corresponding audio files. You'll see Blender start downloading a file. That's the speech recognition model. This only happens once per model size, and after that it works even without an internet connection. The audio will be processed and the lip sync animation will be applied, and it only takes a moment.
I love Sunday mornings, she writes in her journal.
Oh, I forgot to mention, the speaker buttons next to each audio clip let you preview them beforehand, so you can double-check it's the right file, or switch it out if needed.
I love Sunday mornings.
Now let's cover what to do if your shape key names are different from the default ones. In the Object and Shape Key panel, you'll now see 2 options. Custom Map allows you to manually assign the shape keys you already have. Create Missing Shape Keys generates a full list of default shape keys which you can then modify to match the mouth positions you want. There's also the Auto Map button, which tries to automatically assign shape keys based on what's available. It's not always 100% accurate, so make sure to double-check and tweak anything if needed. And if you ever want to reset the mapping completely for that character, just click the X button on the right to clear everything. Alright, in this case, we won't use markers. We'll just enable Start at Current Frame. And that's it. The process runs quickly, and now it's your turn to review the result and refine it if necessary.
Although the storm was raging outside, she remained calm and focused, sipping her tea as she listened to the thunder rumble in the distance, completely absorbed in her favorite book.
If you're missing a shape key, maybe it was never mapped, created, or accidentally deleted, you can enable Skip Missing Mapping Warning to keep going without any interruptions. Awesome.
Although the storm was raging outside.
Now let's try out batch mode, which is perfect when you have more than one character and can save you a lot of time. In this mode, you'll see a new panel called Characters, where you can add multiple characters to the list. Each character has its own individual settings for audio clips and markers. Make sure to map the shape keys if needed, and don't worry if you forget, the add-on will warn you if something's missing. In this case, we'll use the base model to process the audio, and that's it. Both characters have been animated automatically, saving you tons of time.
I love Sunday mornings. She writes in her journal.
Although the storm was raging outside, she remained calm and focused.
You also have this toggle button that lets you enable or disable a character for processing. This is really handy if you only want to reprocess one of them and skip the others. Now let's try Bone Mode. In this mode, we use rigs that contain pre-made actions to drive your character's lip sync. It works similarly to what we've seen before, but in this case, you'll always need to manually map your actions, so the add-on knows exactly which ones to assign for each mouth position. For this demo, I'll set the blend factor to 1, just to make the animation more noticeable. Of course, you can adjust these settings to match the style and needs of your project. Now, let's click Process Audio and Animate, and wait a moment. This step may take a bit longer in Bone Pose mode, especially if it affects multiple bones. And we're done. Let's take a look.
Although the storm was raging outside, she remained calm and focused, sipping her tea as she listened to the thunder rumble in the distance, completely absorbed in her favorite book.
Looks great. Bone Mode also works perfectly with Batch Mode, so you can animate multiple rigs at once. Panim Lipsync is a powerful tool that can save you tons of time when animating dialogue in Blender, and that's exactly why it was created. From my own experience, I used to spend hours doing something that now, with this add-on, often takes less than a minute. There's also a light version available, a more basic edition designed for single-character workflows using shape key mode only with a reduced set of phonemes. Both versions are available on Gumroad and Blender Market. You'll find the links in the description. If this video helped you out, feel free to like, share, and check out the add-on for yourself. Got questions or feature ideas? Drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.